What's up, weebs? Welcome back to Anime Lane. As always, I'm your host, Shaun, Notorious, and joining me once again today is just Shaun.
Hello.
So this is coming out before the Ranma episode, which we just recorded prior to this one. So yeah, we mentioned in the last episode, which I think was Spy Family or something like that, that we hope Melina would be back and things would be back to normal soon. Update. Yeah, Melina's not going to be around for a while, at least consistently.
Yeah, we're gonna. We've made like a point where we're gonna try and get her like on as much as like she reasonably can.
Yeah, maybe once a month at a push.
Yeah.
For
Like she's not disappearing completely. It's just
Yeah.
life stuff.
So there is a chance that the remainder of the season and a chunk of the start of season 5 is going to be just Shaun and I, potentially guests here and there.
Yeah.
But
Apparently gonna try and figure that out.
yeah, I've put some feelers out there, and we'll see how that shapes up, because it's just again it's one of those things where, especially because we're now going to be, again, need to just throw out there, we're not going to be doing all of these like this on Discord. We've pretty much just came to the conclusion of, like, if this is going to be the thing for 5 months potentially, yeah, we need to do stuff in person. So yeah, it's shaping around everyone's schedule. If we are doing stuff in person, that can be the challenge, because it's a full day thing, it's a shift, and there's the prep work that then goes into doing that, watching stuff and all that sort of stuff. And if people aren't used to doing content creation, I guess it's not something that everyone's particularly comfortable with doing. So like, that's fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, with that,
I also feel that like just like one little tidbit onto this thing, like just to make just why we emphasize like it's not just going to be a Discord thing. I don't know how it comes across from like a listener, like a viewer or listener sort of like angle, but from like as someone in the production of someone like making the content, for me it's like Discord is easier and more like accessible to like get the recording stuff done. Like we don't have to do any like traveling to like get to like where we usually record, but like mentally and like vibes wise, which is very important. It doesn't sound like that when I describe it like that, but vibes wise it's a whole different thing, because I feel like I'm a lot more locked in when we're like physically in the same room recording.
It's also the Discord delay is a big fucker in this thing.
I hate it so fucking much. Every time it like pops up and like I accidentally cut you off, or like I don't know where to like pop in because like I don't want to cut you off, but like it's hard to tell the timing because there's an art form to it almost. It's like every time it happens I want to just like reach into the screen and like strangle the Discord bot.
Yeah, and I feel bad because sometimes it's very evident in the edit, but there's nothing I can really do about that, with potentially having to go into the weeds and spend far too long editing just a single episode to just reduce those little gaps that the delay can create. But I would risk potentially causing clashes elsewhere in the episode. But all that said and out of the way, yeah, we're just going to be chatting about stuff we've been up to recently, check in for the first part of the year, since we're now, at the time we're recording, mid-February roughly. So yeah, the main thing that we've both been doing at the beginning of this year is, as people have guessed by the thumbnail and title, the Great Muppet Marathon.
Yeah, and if you're for some reason seen any of our letterboxes, especially mine, it's just Muppets thing I've been listening to or watching for the podcast. Muppet.
I mean, mine's a little harder to tell because if you go on mine right now, my last 4 reviews, or at least the last 4 movies I've watched, are like a generational lineup of 8 and 10 stars, or 4 and 5 stars. So I got In the Mood for Love, Marty Supreme. In fact, no, they're all 5 stars right now, because it's 2 Godzillas, Marty Supreme and In the Mood for Love. But yeah, we've both been watching all of the Muppet movies. which is,
And
I
by
mean,
all the movies, we mean all the ones that have been that have theatrically had a theatrical release, and the ones that aired on TV.
the TV movies, yeah, because so
Yeah.
you've got the Muppet movie, The Great Muppet Caper, The Muppets Take Manhattan, Muppet Treasure Island. You also rewatched Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppets from
Hmm.
Space, and then you hit the TV movie era, which is It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie, Kermit Swamp Years, The Muppets Wizard of Oz, and then we hit back to the theatrical The Muppets Most Wanted,
The
and
modern
then
era.
yeah, and then we wrapped it up with Muppets Haunted Mansion. I still haven't had time to watch
Yeah.
the new special, so I haven't seen that. Things have been kind of chaotic the last week or
Which
so
is
for me.
fine to me, because in you've got your fair reasons to it, but like in my mind, I was doing this like marathon in the build up to that sort of like that new special that was coming out, so it felt like that was definitely the conclusion for me when I watched that.
Yeah, you said that at some point. Went, oh, I didn't do that at all. Mine was just
You just did it for the love of the
I
game.
did it for the love of the game. I watched, Muppet Christmas Carol and went, yeah.
Yeah. Was the new special announced when like Christmas happened?
I think it was announced in the run up to New Year, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I made the list, and then I think the special was announced. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I didn't do it with the intention of like, oh, this is good for prep for the special. I just did it because I like the Muppets.
Earliest date I'm seeing for like the official teaser is the 17th of December. So
Okay,
it
so
was definitely like known.
hmm
You just didn't have it on your mind.
yeah. I just know I was watching Muppets Christmas Carol for Christmas at that point, and I watched it and went, yeah, I gotta watch all of these.
Yeah.
I have my
I mean, I
next.
feel like I had to as well because like they some of them, especially the first one, was on my list for a while.
Mhm.
So it's good to just finally have that as like off my list and to finally basically be a Muppet fan now. Because they've sort of been on the periphery of like my taste. I just haven't ever actually dove in until
Yeah.
now. You know.
For me, I just occasionally need something insane to do when it comes to movie viewing. I just need,
Real.
yeah. I suddenly just sit there and I'm like, yeah, I could watch all of that director's movies and then
Yeah.
proceed to make a thing out of it. Ever since the Godzilla-thon way back in 2024 or whenever I did that, I needed something. You've mentioned Letterboxd being like a gateway for you to reignite like your enjoyment of film and stuff like that. For me,
Absolutely, yeah.
the marathons were my way of doing that, because this also dates back a few years prior to that with the Halloween marathons that I do every year. Those were like a good way of like reigniting my love for horror. And then at some point, it's been talked about before, my life wasn't great over a year or two. And when that was all sort of said and done and things were on the up and up in its own way, I felt like, to get back into enjoying just stuff in general, games, movies, everything. The marathons for me were a good way of doing that, just diving head first and like not thinking about the fact of like, what am I gonna watch next? It's like, oh no, buddy, you got 40 of these to watch.
Yeah, you have a lineup. You don't have to worry about what's happening next.
So my small insane thing for this year is potentially watching just as much of my physical media backlog as possible, because a lot of it's not logged on Letterboxd. So my Blu-ray catalog is sitting at a measly like 20% viewed, and my 4K is sitting about 50%. That's got more logged on Letterboxd than not, but yeah. Yeah. So the Muppets.
The Muppets, yeah. Moving right along. All of these films, like, are mostly joys. I gotta say, like, I don't.
There are
I
more
said
good
mostly.
than bad, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's just
think I can. Looking at my list, I think there's only really maybe two or three that I say were not like at least a somewhat decent time.
yeah, I think it's because they have like such a solid consistency that the moment you hit like the bad ones, they're
Mm.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not a case of, oh, they're, they're okay. They're nothing special. No, you get to Kermit Swamp Years and you're like, oh, Jesus. And then you watch The
I
Muppets
mean,
Wizards of Oz after it, which is just fucking worse. It's so much worse.
to be fair to, and this is a sentence no one has ever said before, to be fair to Kermit Swamp Years, it's fine. It's not good.
No.
It's not terrible. It's just fine. You put it on because it was on a TV channel in the early 2000s. It took up your time for like an hour and a half, and
Yeah.
that's all it really needed to do. I think I could basically sum it up. To jump ahead to that one, because I don't think we're going to have an in-depth talk on that one.
No.
It is like probably the shortest review I did on Letterboxd, and like I've noticed like in like the last like couple of months that I've actively tried to be more like actual reviews instead of just like funny little one lines. But no, this one I just wrote. I can now proudly say I have watched this movie to absolutely no one, and that's it. That's how I genuinely think you can describe that movie.
Yeah. Mine's is a little longer, but I have like a slight formula to how I write my reviews for marathons. But yeah, no, it's very much like a Disney Channel original movie, but like worse. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't necessarily a bad movie, but I think, like, when you compare it into the rest of the Muppets as a I don't want to call it franchise, but
a brand.
A brand. They're not specifically kids focused. They are family friendly, but that doesn't mean that they are devoid of things that are appealing to older viewers. Kermit Swamp Years, on the other hand, is just a kids thing, and that's sort of I think the main disappointing thing about it.
I think Jim Henson said once that like the Muppets is like an adult entertainment show you can bring your kids to.
Yeah, because that's like the Muppets started out as like puppets for adults. The original pitch, I don't remember if it was ever made or if anything came of it, was called Sex and Violence. So it's like,
it was made.
Was it made?
It got produced.
I couldn't remember if it was produced or not.
I think it was produced.
So yeah, like that's the sort of thing you're working with, is that they've become kind of cultural icons of family friendly media, but you watch the original movies, they're not shying away from doing more adult humor.
I can guarantee you that like the vast majority of these films I would not have, I mean I still would have probably enjoyed them as like a kid, but I would not have appreciated them close to the level I do now, just in purely a comedy sense, not even just like a technical sense of like getting the Muppets to do that.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, I wouldn't have known who Orson Welles was, so that joke wouldn't have landed at all. He just would have been a guy at that desk. But because I am an adult who knows who Orson Welles is, who knows the history of that man, seeing him just appear in that movie is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's like you watch Transformers as a kid, and you're like, yeah, that planet sounds cool. And then you grow up and you're like, they got fucking Orson Welles for that shit.
His last role as well.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll dive back to the very first Muppet movie, which is an origin story-esque. It's
to be fair, if we're gonna go into Muppet canon, there isn't really one.
No. But this is like an attempt at like a meta-contextual origin story of like how do these freaky little felt creatures who have nothing in common. How do they know each other? Why are they working together? What is the
Yeah.
Muppets? Um, and then what you have is an incredibly fun 90-ish minutes of insane running gags, insane visual humor, stuff that, again, as a kid, I just don't think I would have picked up on 90% of what this movie is doing.
Yeah.
There's so many gags that happen in this movie that you just need, like, insane, especially watching it now, like, cultural knowledge of the time that it came out in. There's one that I had no fucking clue what it was until I was, like, halfway through the movie, where I had to Google it, but it was, like, a weird, like, religious movement that was happening at the time that they use as, like, a gag throughout it.
Ah.
What is it? Harry... Not Harry Kirshner.
Oh.
But something, you know, along those lines. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Just because it was the 70s.
yeah, anytime someone was lost, you know, they would usually make a gag of like, oh, you should try Harry whatever, and then, you know, it was used again as a visual thing on like a church, when they met up with the Electric Mayhem. But yeah, I don't think I would have appreciated this movie as a kid, because it's a
No,
road
definitely
movie.
not.
It's the Muppets in a
It's a
car,
road trip movie.
going from place to place. Some insanely good musical numbers in this movie, like
Absolutely. I mean, Rainbow Connection.
Rainbow Connection. They fucking struck gold with that song.
Yeah, and like I know that I think the song had like already been created at that point. It wasn't made just for the movie, but like the way it's used and like the way it just sort of conveys the theming of like the whole story of the film, it's so good. It brought me to tears.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, and that happened in like the first 5 minutes. And I was genuinely so caught off guard that I was like, oh god, I need a minute.
And then they come back at the end to just fucking gouge your heart out with all of them singing it.
I was so close to giving it a 10 out of 10 just from that alone.
It's one of those things that, in retrospect, having seen the rest, I genuinely think it might be. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely up there as like one of the best. It's arguably, yeah, I definitely call it arguably the best.
Yeah,
I have a preference for Christmas Carol that's never gonna go away, but
yeah, the thing with Christmas Carol is that I would never watch it outside of that period of time, you know, Christmas time. So like, as a film you can just sit down and like always watch, I think the Muppets movie takes it. I think that that makes it slightly better than Christmas Carol for me. Christmas Carol, I mean, that is the best Christmas movie, the best technically it's the best Muppet movie, but it's the best adaptation of Christmas Carol that exists. So yeah, insane movie. If you somehow haven't seen at this point in time in the big 2026 the Muppets Christmas Carol, do yourselves a favor this Christmas, sit down and just watch it. It is
absolutely
an incredible movie. But
even
yeah,
if you've
then
not seen like the rest of the movies we're going to talk about, I absolutely like heavily recommend just watching it. If you care about the Muppets at all, if you care about Christmas Carol as a story at all, and if you just want a feel back, if you just want a Christmas movie to watch, there you go.
Yep. So yeah, they follow up the stellar out of the gate theatrical debut of the Muppets with whatever the fuck the Great Muppet Caper is.
It's a little confused, isn't it? Well,
yeah, it falls really flat. It's not bad. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.
I think a lot of the humor just doesn't, like, I think the problem is that the movie kind of doesn't go in any direction that you kind of expect or want it to.
No, not really. It definitely feels like it's almost like there's two different kinds of Muppet movies, especially in this sort of early era up until uh, sort of encompassing. What one was there? One between Takes Manhattan and no.
So
So
it's the original sort of like Jim Henson era, basically.
yeah, the original like I didn't want to call it a trilogy because it's not like they're an actual like trilogy in terms of like a narrative sense, but like the original first three movies, it feels like you can sort of divide them between the one with a story like at its center, and one where it's just the Muppets doing Muppet things in like a location.
Yeah, and that's
Caper.
Yeah, because Caper, like, they start off in America, and they have some contrived reason to go to Britain, and they end up in Britain, and then it's sort of just they're there and they're doing stuff for a long chunk of the film.
They're in London, but they don't really do many London things in London.
No. I mean, they've got John Cleese in this movie, for fuck's sake, and they somehow kind of waste him on the screen.
He's sort of... I want to say a riff of Fawlty Towers, but it's really not, like, at all. Like, I'm only saying that because, like, the actress he's with was also an actress that appeared in Fawlty Towers. In a not so similar role, to be honest, but like it's the same sort of idea where he's like a sort of, I was gonna say up himself character who doesn't really take anything like seriously and is just sort of like there to be generally superior feeling to anything else. But even then he doesn't really do that. He sort of just casually plays along with whatever like Miss Piggy's doing in that scene, and that's it.
He's a very sort of doddering old man in this movie. He's not the sort of like
subdued.
Yeah, when you think of like John Cleese, you think of like the heights of Monty Python, where he plays all these sort of like very lively characters. Even in Fawlty Towers,
very expressive.
He's expressive.
Be kind about it.
Animated. He's gung ho and loud, and you know. So it's weird to then see him in this movie not doing any of that. It's like, why'd you bring in John Cleese as one of the celebrity cameos and not have him do the John Cleese stuff? You know?
Yeah, like the main gag with his scene is that like him and like his wife in this like sort of well-off house are just having like a sort of a little cookie conversation, like the only like very subdued, that sort of like subtle insanity thing, whereas like Miss Piggy and Kermit are doing the actual Muppet stuff in like the background.
Yeah.
So it's not like it really plays to like his sort of strengths. He's just sort of there as a cameo for an extended period of like time.
I think it wouldn't be half as bad if in the previous movie they didn't just have Mel Brooks come out and Mel Brooks all over the place.
It is such a contrast from like Mel Brooks specifically, because he comes into his scene in like the original movie and like just completely takes over for a little bit.
Yeah,
it's now just a Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah, it's not the same movie whatsoever for the length of time that Mel Brooks is on screen, and that's not a bad thing in that instance. It's incredibly
well works
done.
for what like the Muppet movie was going for and what the tone was at that point. It just sort of slides in that like, yeah, they just encountered this evil German doctor or whatever that does insane cartoon science stuff for evil, and then Miss Piggy punches him in the face.
Yeah. So it's then kind of weird that like you get to the Great Caper, and John Cleese is just there. He's not doing a Monty Python bit. He's not doing a Fawlty Towers bit. He's just a guy. It's kind of weird because it's like you're not playing to the strengths of having someone like John Cleese in the movie. You know, you played to the strengths of having Mel Brooks in the movie, where it feels like he came in and just fucking kicked the director out of the chair and went, I'm gonna do whatever I want, fuck off.
Yeah. Or even the strength of like Steve Martin, who's just like a sarcastic, smarmy arsehole for his scene, because he's really good at playing that.
And he doesn't look fucking any different now. He looks almost the exact same. The man has not aged.
He looks a little smoother, and that's it. And I really mean like a little smoother. And I know this for a fact because I'm the one that watches Only Murders in the
Yeah.
Building, where he's like a main character, and like his hair is exactly the same. That hasn't changed since the late 70s. But like his skin is just slightly smoother in like that movie compared to how he is now,
Yeah.
and it's still kind of impressive.
I think the best part of Great Muppet Caper is that there's a Jim Henson cameo. That's sort of
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty. I mean, the if you want to be like on a technical side, the sort of dance sequence with like
Oh
Miss
yeah, that's
Piggy,
like one of the best parts of the movie.
yeah, like that's a whole spectacle. It doesn't really serve much of the plot other than it's just Piggy like imagining herself as like
Yeah.
who she is in her mind.
It's actually the point of the movie that kicks the story back into gear, because by that point they've just been
After like an hour, yeah.
just been doing shit for an hour, and then suddenly it goes, oh yeah, actually there was meant to be this whole like thieving of a diamond thing, and
Yeah. The biggest weird part for me was that it just becomes a heist movie in the last 20 minutes.
yeah, that's the thing, is like it never decides between being a detective, like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit like detective movie with the Muppets doing
An actual caper.
an actual caper, or a heist movie, and it tries to do both, and I don't think it really works very well.
It's clunky. It's definitely clunkier than I think
Yeah.
it was really meant to come off as. And it's like, it's because just so much of the movie is just the Muppets doing things in London, but like they don't actually do any London centric stuff. They're just in a
No.
hotel that's in a part of London that, you know, isn't actually part of London because it's a set, but
And has most of the other Muppets there.
just sort of working there.
Yeah. And Sam's there briefly for 2 scenes.
I forgot Sam was in that movie.
Yeah, he comes in and makes 2 little quips, and that is it.
He comes out of the America portal to go, I don't know, I don't belong here. And then he goes back in.
Yup. But yeah, no, the Great Muppet Caper is, I think had they actually like investigated anything, would have been really fun. But they go to London before the crime has been committed, so there's nothing to investigate. There's a tip
like
that the woman's diamond is gonna get stolen, or like this diamond is gonna get stolen, and then it doesn't happen until that dance sequence with Miss Piggy.
Yeah, we see like there's in the prelude section when they're still in America, but not like New York, even though it's definitely supposed to be like a New York street. It's not New York because that's the next one.
Yeah.
But there's like a prelude sort of robbery in the first musical like number that just sort of happens in between, and that's just sort of set up that like, oh, this robbing gang is out there, but like that's the actual main plot of the movie doesn't kick off until about halfway through.
Yeah. It could have been really fun. That's I think the biggest problem I had with it.
There's a lot of lost potential in there, and I think that's definitely like the annoying part. But I still think it was a fine watch. Like I said, I gave it a 7, so I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. It's just, you know, it could have been more. It could have been a lot more.
Yeah.
It did give us the really, really funny Fozzie Kermit hybrid Muppet for their dad. Because in this movie they're explained to be twin brothers, and like, doesn't that just make sense?
Yeah.
Put the hat on and they're exactly the same.
They're exactly the same, because only bears wear hats.
Yeah. That's why he's a frog.
That's why he
doesn't wear a hat.
He doesn't wear a hat.
I love that just keeps popping up. And like, when you don't expect it as well, we're like, the one that always like sticks in my mind is the one where like they get thrown into like a pond or whatever, and then this little girl goes, "Grandpa, is that a frog?" And then the grandpa goes, "No, frogs don't wear hats."
Yeah, that's when they're like chucked out of the plane. Because you have the great gag of like frog, bear, whatever.
Whatever. We'll never know what Gonzo is until we watch In Space. He's just a thing.
He's just a thing. Yeah, I feel like I don't have much more to say about Caper beyond all of that stuff. It's a sort of it's sort of just one of the ones that happens, and then you kind of move on. It sucks to the second because I feel like it's kind of a big step down from the sincerity of the first one, you know.
Yeah. I think I mentioned it in my letterbox review that it would have been so much better if it like committed to the heist thing and like because it's set in London and because at the end of the movie when they're doing the heist the villain just has a bunch of gadgets for some reason. If they had just gone full in on like a Bond parody, that would have been a much better movie, I feel.
Yeah, I think what did I say? Yeah, I think what I said was like, I'm just disappointed this isn't the Muppets version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because I feel like that would have been the most fun direction to take that in. But then we move on to the Muppets Take Manhattan, and that is probably the like second best one.
Yeah, I'd say that as well. It's funny because like you could argue that like Takes Manhattan has the same problem where like a good chunk of the movie doesn't really have a plot going. It's just the Muppets being the Muppets. But like Takes Manhattan, I think, does it really well in the fact that it focuses mainly on Kermit and Piggy.
Yeah.
Because most of the other Muppets just sort of go off screen to do their own thing, to be out of commission for most of it. So the film can feel a lot more focused on the characters that are there. And it just sort of sets off its like framing device. I don't think that the sort of narrative framing like right off the bat, so that like you can spend a chunk of the movie just having the Muppets be in Manhattan.
Yeah, because like it has its central like not essential. It has like its beginning sort of like hook where they're, you know, we're gonna take this show to Manhattan and we're gonna be Broadway stars, and that doesn't pan out. And then it quickly shifts to asking the question of like, who is Kermit without the Muppets?
Yeah.
And I think that that's great because it's less of a story piece and far more of like a character piece of Kermit. And kind of the other Muppets, it does sort of ask like, it also does ask a little bit of like, what are the Muppets without Kermit? Because everyone sort of goes off and doesn't do like great jobs.
Fozzie goes to sleep for a few weeks.
Yeah, Fozzie just hibernates.
Yeah, which, you know, is fair. If I were him, I'd do the same thing. But like, it means he only gets like 3 scenes in between him leaving like the other guys and then just coming back.
Yeah, because like a good chunk of the film is like Kermit without the Muppets trying to follow through on the plan that they had originally. And then there's like a end of second act fucking out of nowhere take Kermit out by fucking knocking him over with a car. An exceptional bit of screenwriting. He just gets isekai. Genuinely phenomenal bit of screenwriting, if you ask me. And then that brings
it just happens.
It just happens. And then that brings the other Muppets back in the fold and asks, what are the Muppets without Kermit? And then, you know, Kermit also has amnesia and becomes a business bro for a little bit.
Yeah. Very briefly, he becomes like he gets hit in the head and decides Reagan is correct. Just joins like a bunch of other frogs that are just because apparently in this mini universe of the Muppets, all frogs are business bros.
Yeah,
but they're shit at it.
They're just terrible at it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kermit's the only one, even with amnesia brain, the only one with a functional brain.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, what if we actually tried to advertise it as a good thing? And they're like, genius. You're the CEO of our company now.
I think it's a great show of like Kermit's always kind of the voice of reason. He's always the logical thinker. He's a natural born leader, and that's
he's the straight frog.
Yeah, because he sort of has that bit at the beginning of the movie. He's like, why are you all looking at me? Why are you all asking me what we're gonna do? Why is it always down to me? And then the movie kind of answers the question throughout its whole runtime of going, because he's just good at that. He is.
Yeah, because you're just a natural born leader, Kermit. You just kind of are able to do it.
Yeah. It's like you can lose all your memories. That's just a core part of who you are, though. You're still gonna do that.
Because you're the only one that sees sense.
in this mupped up world.
In this cruel Muppet's eye.
But no, I think Takes Manhattan is a great movie. And then it ends with a wedding.
Yeah. Just before we get to the wedding, I think it's the strongest one to like actually use its human characters of this era.
Yes, no, 100%, yeah.
Because the previous two movies sort of regulated the human characters mainly to cameos or as the villain.
Yeah.
Whereas like this one, you've got Jenny, I think her name is, like the waitress, who's given like a likable personality, a decent sort of backstory. Nothing like too deep. It's still a Muppets movie, but like, you know, nice enough that you can see her being friends with like Kermit and stuff, and someone to make Piggy jealous.
Yeah.
Even though like Kermit does not view, I think, any woman that isn't Piggy like that.
No, man does not have eyes for anyone else.
Yeah. Maybe Sabrina Carpenter, but even then, that was purely professional. He's a frog with integrity, and he sticks to the mission. But you've got her, and you've got like her dad, who's like just a fun character to just have in a scene when you've got nothing else to like really have, nothing really comedic going on. It's good to have the dad be the dad.
Yeah, because you have like the dad as comic relief there, to also then sort of like counterbalance the rats also being like a specific kind of comedic relief, where they're the physical comedic relief.
Yeah.
The dad's sort of like the sort of nonsense comic relief, because he just says shit. He's just talking.
Yeah. He's just a funny guy who owns like the diner.
Yeah, he's always trying to instill some kind of wisdom on people, and then he just keeps talking, and you're like, what are you talking about?
He is trying to spread these deep words of wisdom. It just really sucks that no one else can understand them. Because whatever words he's saying do not really leave his mind, and instead just become garbled gibberish. It's like, it reminded me of Mr. Dikovich from the Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's a really good comparison.
They're basically the same character, where like they just try to give like parts of words of wisdom in the character, but like it's only half wisdom.
Yeah.
That they just stop saying halfway through, and it's just like, you get it? And they're like, yeah, sure. Whatever you say, my man. And, you know, his workforce is rats, but, you know, they wash their hands.
Yeah, you know, it's New York. You're going to get a little bit of rat no matter where you go.
It's 80s New York as well. This is just how it was.
Yeah, that's just how it was. Whoever it was that was
you were good.
mayor, I can't remember. Not Cuomo at that point.
No. He made a cameo in the movie, like the mayor of New York at the time.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is, though. That's crazy.
He was mayor for a long time. Like, a bunch of New Yorkers are going to be screaming at us if there's
anyone. We're not fucking from New York. Our definition of New York is very particular and involves a specific event. Especially when it comes to New York politics.
I was really hoping that we wouldn't have yet another episode, especially the Muppets episode.
Hey, it's gonna come up when we talk about It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie anyway.
Ah, fuck, you're right. I forgot. Okay, cool. We're allowed to. We're gonna find this. We're locked in on this now. Please forgive. Ah, yeah.
Or Ed Koch. Ed Coach? I don't know. Ed Koch.
If it's Koch or it's Coke, I don't think it's Cock.
It's Koch.
Yeah. Or Koch.
Koch. I don't know. He was mayor from 78 to 89.
Yeah, he was basically that decade's mayor.
Yeah.
Anyway. Movie very fun. Movie
Movie
very
very
good.
fun. A lot of heart.
It knows what it was going for.
Yeah, it's that. There's two approaches to Muppet movies. Having seen all of these here, is that you can do a Muppet movie where you embrace the inherent silliness of puppet creatures, or you can do a Muppet movie that is the most sincere version of a story that you can try and tell, and that is the Muppet movie and Muppets Take Manhattan are both of those.
Absolutely.
The Muppets, as we'll get to later, is a very interesting middle ground of the two that both works and both it doesn't sometimes, but that's the human characters.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
That's later on. We've got like quite a few movies to get through before we get to that one.
So you rewatched Muppet Christmas Carol in this one, and I didn't. So this is I'm working off of 2-month-old thought process here.
So as people might not know, it's been a tradition for me to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol on Christmas Eve for a few years now. The problem with doing that is that it means most of the time I've watched this movie, it's been like when there's like a board game going on or whatever, or like there's been alcohol in my system, so I haven't. So for a lot of the time, I've never able to like fully focus on the movie itself to really take it in. I've gotten like obviously most of the important bits, but like I'm able to being able to rewatch it again only like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after Christmas means that like it was kind of fair because I could actually put my full attention on the movie this time and actually pick up on every little detail. And also, I was sick that day and I needed a comfort movie, and it sort of fit in. And I can do what I want.
See, I watched it sober on my own, fully aware, so I didn't need to rewatch it. I was fine.
No, because it's like a family thing in like my house. Because my mum also loves the Christmas Carol movie, and I think it's her favorite Christmas movie as well. And like, if I don't insist on watching it, she insists on watching it. So I have sung the song multiple times, but I'm not going to do that here to save your ears.
Also,
listener.
Let's not get copyright struck here. Come on.
I'm not that good.
I don't think YouTube
I don't think I
gives
can
a
even
shit.
try and be that good. Nah, not with my voice. But I love Christmas Carol. It is one of the perfect movies for me. I genuinely don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No, it's a perfect Christmas movie, as well as like just the Muppets firing on like all cylinders. And I think it helps that, oh, this is a weird thing to say, it was so close after the passing of Jim Henson.
No, I think that's a very important aspect to bring up, because the fact that it starts off like one of the titles is in memory of Jim Henson, in a weird way. It almost sounds sort of grim to say it like this. I think it sort of adds in that extra little sincerity.
Yeah, because it's directed by
movie's going for
by his son Brian Henson as well. So like,
and it was like his first like leadership role in anything, I think.
So it's really like I think it enhances what the movie was trying to do anyway, because it's not only a very funny Christmas movie, a very funny Muppet movie, it's incredibly sincere. It does not panto the material. That's sort of the avenue you could take when doing a comedic Christmas movie, is that you end up in the territory of pantomime, which it works and it doesn't and whatever. But with Christmas,
I've watched too many pantomimes, so I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Whereas, you know, no one came into Christmas Carol and was like, we're gonna make fun of Christmas Carol. In fact, everyone came into it, especially Michael Caine, and was like, no. This, I'm doing 100% committed. I'm not winking at the camera. I'm not, making jokes. I'm not treating these Muppets as Muppets. They're other humans, and that's what elevates the film up above, I think, any of the other Muppet movies. And definitely the sort of like the how hard it hit the Muppets to lose Jim Henson is a big factor in what kind of drives the emotional part of the film, I think. Anyway, I think you can watch it and not know that Jim Henson, even with the memory of Jim Henson thing, you can not know how important that event was and still feel...
you might not know who Jim Henson really is, and like the context. I think it really helps the fact that, like, one, Christmas Carol itself is a very sincere story, and a very, like, because it's Charles Dickens, and like Charles Dickens, as far as I'm aware, I haven't like read most of his stuff, which is a big sin for me. But a lot of his like work is about, you know, very sincere like showings of like, this is something wrong in society and something we need to build upon and improve upon. Like, that's just, he was a very political writer for his time, and really kind of still is. But
yeah, I mean, Oliver Twist, I think we kind of lose in the grand scheme of society and adaptational value and stuff. That, like, that's a big comment on, like, being poor is not a sin. It's also not on the people. It's on, you know, the working of
society at large.
Yeah, which is insane for when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, even just Christmas Carol, like, yeah, it's about like the joy of like Christmas, and like, you know, not to be so self-centered and like celebrate Christmas as like a joyful thing, but it's also very heavily, not so subtly, about being a greedy prick and just keeping all your money to like yourself and like trying to just collect as much as possible is the road to misery.
Yeah,
for everyone. So stop doing that and just learn to be more generous, you fucking arsehole. That's what I'd say to Scrooge. But like, the fact that like Christmas Carol is such a sincere story, and the fact that like this movie was made in the context of such a sincere mood, and I imagine just like general vibe throughout that whole production, given that recent passing of Jim Henson, and like wanting to get it right since it was the first production without him, like first big production anyway. I think it really comes together in a way to make something that's truly like a masterpiece. Which, it's funny to say for like something just as something like The Muppets Christmas Carol, but I think it genuinely is. I think the only like criticism you could possibly make is just like stuff about it not being completely one-to-one accurate to the book. Like, some things are simplified. It is something that like you can like show you're expected to be able to show a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So like stuff like Scrooge like hating Christmas ever since he was a kid, like, is sort of not quite the way it was in the book. He sort of became who he is over time, that they only very vaguely hint at, but don't really, because again, a bit more kid-centric. I forget who she is. I think Jay Draper did like a great video on like not just historical accuracy, but like book accuracy as well. And she talks about how the movie's great. It's a fantastic film, but like there are parts of it that it had to like cut out and like simplify, just because like the kind of film it is.
I think a lot of people, though, when it comes to adaptations and in the specific sense of like taking a book and making it into like a completely different medium, there's being accurate and there's being faithful. And I think that while Muppet Christmas Carol isn't necessarily accurate to the book one-to-one, I think it's incredibly faithful to what Dickens was trying to do, and even punching up the comedy and stuff is still something very Dickens-esque. He enjoyed comedy. He was a very comedic writer, and I think it you know, carries the sincerity very faithfully of what Christmas Carol was.
Absolutely, and I think like in that video I mentioned, she even mentioned that like there is a lot of it that is accurate, and they've definitely put a lot of work into making it as like a very faithful adaptation. Even just the fact that like Charles Dickens himself is a character
Yeah.
in the story, telling you like line for line words from the book with maybe one thing like changed a little bit just to like make more sense, just as a for a modern audience. Because like along with because like the fact that like a lot of Dickens' work was, especially Christmas Carol, was meant to be read out loud and like in a sort of narration sense that we don't really do with books anymore, because like it's not the 19th century anymore. But like because Charles Dickens is a character in the film, it actually manages to capture that sort of feeling that none of the other adaptations really go for. And there's like countless other adaptations of Christmas Carol as well, so it's good to have just this version as well as its own thing in a way. Like if you want like something like one-to-one accurate, you can go to like the 50 other versions.
Yeah, it's like Wuthering Heights, which I'm bringing up now because the new one just came out and it's getting fucking ragged on for missing the entire point of what the book is.
Yeah.
And I find it really funny because out of nowhere there's suddenly, well, not out of nowhere, but like there's all the people talking about like, oh, you know, what's faithful to the book, what's accurate, blah blah blah, and there's listicles now coming out of like what's the most faithful adaptation. And I found out there is a 1980s Japanese adaptation that transposes the story to Edo period Japan and is considered the most faithful adaptation of the book that's ever been made. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the sort of thing. It's the difference between faithful and like one-to-one like replication, I guess. Like, sure, you can change like, as long as you keep the core elements and the core idea and the core like things that make the book what it is, you can change location, you can change time period, and you'll still have the story.
Yeah.
And you can like replace half the cast with felt Muppets. And you can get one of the best versions of the story.
Yeah, you can
even if it's got new songs in it that weren't in the original book.
I was gonna say you can add in new musical numbers.
Yeah. There goes Mr. Humbug. That's not in the book. And
there goes Mr. Bitch.
I don't recognize any version of Christmas Carol that does not have Marley and Marley.
Yeah. Good old Bob Marley.
Yeah, you know, Jacob Marley and his brother Rob. Rob Bob Marley. Oh, and you know, Fozziewig.
And Fozziewig, yeah.
Fozziewig. That it's so simple. I swear they made the movie just for the pun alone. It's so good. Fozziewig. It's such a stupid little pun, but I love it so much. This is Fozziewig's Rubber Chicken Factory, and because we don't know what he did in the book, they can just add in that he just had a rubber chicken factory. It's not inaccurate. It's adding. It's filling in gaps. And that's why this is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, genuinely a 10 out of 10 movie. I have like no notes.
You ready for Treasure Island?
Yeah! Brian Henson's other Muppet effort, which is...
I appreciate that he tried.
He tried. he tried. It is another case of like... It's like the exact opposite case of Christmas Carol, where it doesn't have the accuracy, but it also doesn't necessarily have the faithfulness either.
I think it just comes down to the fact that it's just not as fun.
Yeah.
It letting itself have the fun that Christmas Carol did.
It feels like it's missing a lot of opportunities. I mean, like, it feels like there's a lot of similar DNA in how they wanted to approach it, and then things were just changed inexplicably later. Like, you have Billy Connolly narrating the opening sequence, and you're like, oh, cool, Billy Connolly's the fucking narrator of this movie, and then he dies. Which is like, I guess that's accurate. because that character does die and is the inception point of the story. But like, you then also have just Rizzo and Gonzo here,
Yeah,
and they're not.
like the main strength with them in Christmas Carol, like sorry to cut you off, is the fact that like they're like in the story, but like they're sort of a part of it, apart from the story. Like they're just like narrating and just sort of reacting to what's happening, almost as like a surrogate audience. Whereas in Treasure Island, they're also characters in and of themselves.
Yeah, and they're not characters from the book. They're new characters, so they have nothing to do because they haven't inserted them into the events other than to occasionally get strung up and, you know, have Gonzo experience whatever fetishes he has going on that week.
Let's not talk about Gonzo and his weird views on. Yeah, the man's wife is a chicken.
Yeah. And then, you know, he gets, and then they're not even like put in the sense of like they're just always with, not Chris. What's the fucking kid's name?
Jim Hawkins?
Jim. Yeah, Jim Hawkins. Yeah. They're not with Jim like the entire film. They just disappear for a good chunk of this movie because they have nothing to do. They have no relevance to what's going on.
Yeah.
And
they don't get like any cool back and forths that they did from Christmas Carol.
Yeah, and then you have the point where it sort of just becomes Tim Curry and the kid, and it's sort of this weird thing where the Muppets for a time become background characters to the movie, and it's not until the end where they actually get to the island and, you know, you have the encounter with Miss Peggy and the fight between Kermit and Tim Curry where they actually feel relevant to the movie. The rest of it just feels like Tim Curry being Tim Curry for however long.
And to be fair, he is giving it his all.
Oh, 100%. He is a human Muppet.
Yeah, like he so naturally fits right in that it would have been great if like he was just Long John Silver in any other adaptation as well.
Yeah.
Because he fits like the character so well, and like even as someone who's like not read the book, this is like the only like version of the story I've ever actually seen. So this is I'm not about to say I'm an expert, but from what I understand of like the character from the book, he gets the compellingness of it, of like Long John Silver down very well, especially in that final scene where he's like escaping with like the treasure and stuff, and Jim has to like decide whether to let him go or not. Like the way his acting chops in that scene are very well, and it's very like nice to like see him do that genuineness, even though for the rest of the movie he has just been Tim Curry.
Yeah. I haven't read the book. I have seen Treasure Planet, which, you know, whether that's accurate or not, I don't know. The only other version of Treasure Island I have seen is a stage production that was hired in to perform it at my primary school one year.
Oh my god.
So my school had a stage in our gymnasium, or in our gym, which is also our dining hall. It was like our cafeteria. They didn't use that stage. They brought their own.
Oh no.
So yeah, I've only ever seen Treasure Planet and whatever the fuck version that was. I remember enjoying it. I was 10 or 11 though.
Man, the thing is, this is bringing back like flashbacks for me, because I also had that in my primary school. Like not Treasure Island, but like I had it for like 2 years. Where like one time it was Aladdin, and one time it was Peter Pan. I want to say.
I think that's the
and,
only.
It was.
Oh no, you go. You finish.
It was very amateur, but it was very endearing. It was very nice.
Yeah.
And, like it was a nice day just to like watch people do fun stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the only ever time that they did that, at least that I recall, when I was at that primary school. Like, I went to that primary school the entire time I was at primary school. That's the only time it happened.
Okay.
In my school career, there is what I'm saying. No, most of the time we went to the cinema. Like, we went to see Inkheart at one point. Was that Brendan Fraser in that movie? I think we went to see Aragon at one point too.
Oh no, not Aragorn. I mean, I've
Yeah.
not seen it, but I've heard bad things about Aragorn, like the movie.
Yeah, Inkheart was a Brendan Fraser movie from 2008 that has 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, the only the only Brendan Fraser movie I've ever seen in full was Looney Tunes Back in Action, and that's a
Wow.
masterpiece.
You haven't seen The Mummy?
No, we've talked about this.
Oh my god. You need to...
No, okay, hold on. This is something I got. This again. This has nothing to do with what we're covering, dear listener. But this is something I gotta confess, because you're gonna kill me for this.
Do you not like Brendan Fraser or something?
No. Brendan Fraser's great. I think he's great. It's more the fact that my cousin did have The Mummy on DVD.
Oh, okay.
And did offer to watch it with me one time when I was a kid. I was too scared.
Okay, I mean, I get it. Sure.
Mummy's scary.
I did not realize that the cast of Inkheart was so stacked. So you got Brendan Fraser, Paul Bettany, Helen Mirren, and Andy Serkis.
Wow. What is Inkheart?
I don't know. It's based on a book. I don't remember anything about the movie other than we went to see it at the cinema like right before Christmas one year.
I don't even remember this film coming out, so... Like, this is the first time I'm learning of it, so, you know...
I only know about this movie because we went to go see it at that point in time. Anyway, moving swiftly back on to the Muppets.
Treasure Island. Not Planet, that's the other one.
Not Planet, that is the other one. The other Disney one.
Yeah, it is. Huh.
But yeah.
I liked Kermit as the captain.
Yeah. I love the build up to him appearing as the captain, because he's built up to be this insane, like strict captain who demands
brutal
everything of his crew. He expects meticulousness, and then, you know, he just shows up and it's Kermit.
He is Kermit the Frog.
He is Kermit the Frog. And Rizzo
He's Kermit the Frog in a captain's hat.
And Rizzo makes the joke that we all made when we first saw him. I wonder if he'll get hopping mad.
He made that joke in the first movie as well. Okay, hold on. This is such a personal thing, but I feel like I need to get it off my chest now that it's brought up. So, we have a running gag between the two of us. And it's a running gag that, like... from a YouTube video from a YouTuber I like very much. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of her. Penny Parker, Snapcube. Very one of her videos. It's not even one of like the big fandom videos. It's just this one fucking segment from one of her streams from way back in 2021, where like she got into like not even an argument, just like a funny little back and forth with her chat, where like. The joke, she made like an offhanded joke of like, that was such a leap, I might as well call you Kermit. And then being Twitch chat, it did the Kermit can't jump, he's not a real frog, he doesn't even have legs. And she fucking lost it because Kermit does have legs.
Kermit very much has legs. Jump.
So, but the thing is, we've got a running joke now, where like every time we see Kermit's legs in any sort of context, we just both yell, "Look!" in the most angry, serious voice you can imagine. But the thing is, this is the thing that blew my fucking mind. The first movie is about Kermit getting hunted for his frog legs. And in the exact scene that the look clip pops up for that video, right after it, he hops.
Yes. Yup.
It's an important part of the story. And then later on in that movie, Gonzo says the phrase, "I'm jumping because I'm hopping mad." And in that video, one of the best lines in the entire bit is just one of the chat members saying Penny is hopping mad. To which she loses it again.
She was taken
This is
down
such a
by
specific little
gamer.
bit thing, this has taken up like too much of both our minds.
Yes, yeah. Because it's that, and there's an odd, like, sound clip that she spent, I assume, far too much time making, where it's Troy Baker in the game. I think it was Infamous 2 or something that she was playing, or in one of the Infamous games.
It was probably like 5 minutes. She's got that down to a formula.
And she was trying to line it up where he said something like taken down by blah blah blah, and another clip of him.
No. He says in the game, taken down by a gamer.
Really? Wow.
That's unedited. That's a real
crazy.
line. That's why she clipped
I thought that was genuinely edited. I thought that was, because it's got the same vibe as like the cyberpunk thing where in the game Keanu Reeves never says "wake up, samurai," but when you watch that fucking trailer and you hear that line, you realize that the "wake up" and "samurai" are two entirely different sound recordings.
Yeah, they're spliced together. No, that line is in the game. That's a real line that Troy Baker said.
Wow, that's crazy.
Taken down by a gamer. This has nothing to do with fucking anything.
Has nothing to do with anything
we're supposed to be talking about. But like, this has lived in, especially my brain, for years.
You showed me that clip in 2021. It's lived in my mind just for as long.
I infected you. And you know what? I'm proud of that.
The amount of Snap Cube quotes that live in my mind, and it's not even my own choice.
No. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have known she existed.
I had seen one of the fan dubs before we met. I didn't.
Okay. Cool.
I never like spent a lot of time watching them or anything, but I had definitely seen. I think it was Sonic Adventure 2, probably, considering the.
At that point, yeah. It would have been.
Maria. Anyway.
Yeah.
Treasure Planet. Muppet Treasure Island is. It's alright. It's a 7 out of 10. It's fine. I appreciate
it's
the
worth
attempt.
a watch.
Yeah. It's a style of Muppet filmmaking that sadly started to fall by the wayside after that. You can tell.
I hate that they gave up on the adaptation movies after this one.
It's not just that though. It's like even Muppets from Space in comparison to Treasure Island feels kind of cheap. You know, when you watch it. Because that is the next movie. It was the last theatrical Muppets movie for a while, for like 2 decades or something.
Not directed by Brian Henson this time, though,
No.
which I think is the important thing.
Yeah, I think Tim Hill did direct another Muppets movie, though. Did he not? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah, no, he did not. He did not direct another Muppets movie. That makes sense.
For a second, I thought he directed the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, but no, he was a writer on that film.
Oh. Wow.
Which is wild, because that's a great film. I should rewatch that. Oh, he also wrote one of the Grumpy Cat movies.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
And directed.
Wow. I know he directed Hop. Everyone remembers Hop, right?
I try to forget that I remember Hop.
Has the voice of Russell Brand as the main character. Anyway, he directed Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's his biggest claim to fame, really.
Hey, and Garfield 2.
Oh yeah,
Never
second
forget
Garfield movie.
2. And you know, no, that makes so much sense. This film feels like it's from the same director as Garfield fucking 2.
Muppets from Space is like an insane watch because it's suddenly all the music 70s inspired. Not 70s inspired, it is just all 70s music. There is not like, I don't think there's any actual music in this movie. I think it is all licensed music.
Yeah, there's no original like songs. I did call it that now that's what I call 90s like album, even though like you're right, a lot of it is from like the 70s or like that sort of style.
No, it is all 70s music. There is nothing from the 90s, maybe aside from like maybe one song, I don't know, but like actual like 70s music. You got Kool and the Gang, um, Earth, Wind and Fire. There's another one. Whoever sings Celebration. Actually, is that Earth, Wind and Fire? I think it is. Anyway, yeah, it's weird. It's so weird because you have this 70s music, and then like every single scene is just another disgraced Hollywood actor making a cameo in the movie.
Yeah, do we want to talk about how fucking bad the cameos have aged in this movie?
Oh, this one specifically. I'm glad it's all centered on one movie though. Like it's
Oh yeah, yeah. If it was spread out, we'd be fucked.
yeah. So it starts with Jeffrey Tambor as the big bad of the movie. He, you know,
And remember him because he comes back.
yep. Then you've got
Schneider.
Rob Schneider. Yup, thank you for that one. Then there's Hulk Hogan. There's another big
I
one.
forgot about no. Hollywood Hogan.
Hollywood Hogan.
He was not Hulk Hogan. He was Hollywood Hogan at this point.
Cringe. There's no other word for it. Cringe. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, Hulk Hogan was just eternally cringe. But
Yeah. I feel like there's like two more I'm certain that I cannot like remember off the top of my head.
that we've tried to block from our brains.
Yeah. Because it's like just
Hold on.
it was almost like every scene at the start of the movie was just another one that you're like, oh Jesus Christ, can we stop? No more, please.
So we've got Tambor. We've got Brian Henson. Oh, he was like one of the performers. Dave Goles? No, he was just another performer. Kevin Clash.
I think most of the other ones are actually fine because you've got Ray Liotta turns up, you've got David Arquette, you've got Andy McDowell, you've got Kathy Griffin. So I think outside of just three major appearance characters,
Yeah, back to back in like the first 20 minutes.
yeah, it's just a roller coaster. Because it wouldn't be so bad if Tambor wasn't like the main bad guy in the movie.
And he sucks as a bad guy. I'm just gonna
sucks.
say it. He is a nothing bad guy.
Yeah, and then he gets what he wants at the end anyway. You know, like it's not like he's punished or anything. He gets, you know, he gets what he wants. The movie's really frustrating because honestly, I thought this was gonna be like Muppets who are from space come to Earth or something like that, or like a fucking Star Trek parody or something.
Yeah, the way like all like the promotional images and stuff, especially like it's there's the one on my letterbox, like the banner when you click on it, it shows all of them leaving the moon in like a little spacecraft coming to Earth. I thought that was going to be about that. It's just they're all aliens in this one and they're trying to like, I don't know, understand Earth or whatever. That could have been funny.
Yeah.
There was a possibility of that being funny. It's not that. It's I always describe it ever since like we watched it that it feels like the TV movie of a 90s show that never happened.
Yeah, because the way this opens is like all the Muppets are living in a house together, and like we mentioned, you know, the Muppets lore is and canon is like, don't worry about it. But it genuinely feels like you're being dropped into the middle of something you have no context for. That like there was a whole like 6-season show that you haven't seen because it feels like they're playing recurring gags or they're throwing in like things that you should know that you're as a person who's seen the show going into the movie. You're going, I remember that thing. Oh, you know, there's Pepe blowing up the oven again, type thing.
The style I feel like it really captures, like, this feels like it was from like a Disney Channel show that never happened specifically. Like, you know, something that like Disney Channel would be known for throughout the 2000s with its like kid-centric like sitcoms and stuff, that sort of energy. But it just never happened, so it's instead we've got this I keep calling it TV movie. It's a theatrical release, but it feels like a TV movie.
Yeah, I get the vibe of like an ABC sitcom of the 90s. Like, oh, what was it? I never watched it, but it came back at some point on Netflix. Full
Full
House.
House.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
sort of vibe that I got from the start of the movie, that then it ignores. I would prefer to watch that movie, the movie about them all living in a house
Yeah,
together, than whatever the
Hey,
fuck.
I would have killed for the Muppets in the Big Blue House.
Yes, yeah.
That would have been nothing. That would have been a perfect movie.
I didn't want to compare it to Bear in the Big Blue House because that is actually another Henson production.
Yeah.
But it's also like entirely different vibes. Like that's very much a kids thing. Bear in the Big
Yeah,
Blue House.
that's a toddler show, but like still.
I miss Bear in the Big Blue House. I genuinely lament
Nostalgia.
of the sort of stuff that we got on TV when we were kids compared to what's there now, because it's not the same caliber of stuff that they're getting to see.
There is some good stuff in there, like I hear because I have a niece, so I'm a
Bluey.
bit more exposed to some of Bluey. Yeah, Bluey.
Bluey's
She's apparently not super into Bluey now, but Bluey is like apparently very, very good.
Yeah, Bluey I think is the closest to the sort of stuff that I think we were seeing growing up. Whereas like a lot of stuff I see on kids TV now, or like kids are watching like on YouTube because a lot of parents are just sitting them down with a fucking iPad.
Let's not get into that whole conversation.
It's very attention demanding. It's very fast. It's very loud. It's very big, bright colors. And then it's like you look at what we were watching, and it's like it's all calm and it's all educational in a way that isn't upfront about being educational. It's just instilling life into you in a way that as
just like good sort of lessons.
yeah. And you just don't get that. No, you don't get things like Bear in the Big Blue House.
I think the thing that I sort of lament is more just on like a technical side, that like everything is sort of either CG animated or 2D animated, and like that's good stuff. That's I definitely don't want to like crap on like 3D those two animation styles at all. I love them like a lot of the time. It's just that like you don't really get shows with like big like Henson style like puppetry or like suits or like that sort of realness to
Train
it.
models.
Yeah, you don't get Thomas the Tank Engine with a static face because he's an actual train model that they're like playing with. You don't get that anymore. He's CG or he's AI, and I hate it. I hate that. That sucks. I don't like it. Thomas was dead to me the moment his mouth moved.
Anyway, Muppets from Space is a weird movie that's not all...
It makes us remember how our childhoods died.
Yeah. I find it okay. It's kind of fun. I think it misses the mark more often than it hits.
Yeah. I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 7. Personally. I don't think I hated it as much as you did.
It's not even that I hate it, it's just the fact that, like, for a theatrical Muppets movies, it's just not really got much going for it.
Yeah, I feel like they spent more in the cameos in this one than they did anything else.
Yeah, and, like, the central question of the movie is finally finding out what the fuck Gonzo is.
Yeah.
And that is a central focus of the movie. It's just the way it's executed isn't great, because it basically comes down to he gets a message from aliens, shenanigans in a base happens, and then he meets them.
Yeah. And he's an alien. He's actually an alien. Okay.
Yeah. If they had saved Gonzo like being an alien, if they had like found a way to like make that the sort of twist of the movie, that we find out what Gonzo is at the end, instead of it being like the thing that's basically told to us right at the start.
Yeah.
I think that really would have like helped it a bit more in terms of having an actual plot that was interesting. Because beyond that, it's just shenanigans and then aliens and then Sam the Eagle stares at a girl dancing.
Yeah.
I love that gif. It's such a what the fuck out of context, and even in context, it's like, huh?
Then we move into the TV movie era, for real, this time, with a really good, fun send up of It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, you see here, the thing is though, you watched this in the wrong order.
Yeah, I did. So I watched it first. So like I got to both of these
But you
first
did it wrong.
before you.
Yeah, but also, like, do you really want to? Do you really not want to? Don't you just want Swamp Years out of the way?
Hey, look, I had to watch Swamp Years and then Wizard of Oz, so
Okay, yeah. Fine, we'll start with Christmas. We'll start with a very Muppet Christmas movie, but like, I want it on the record that like Swamp Years came out like a few months before then, and we're doing this out of order.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, this one's really
Movie
fun.
good, though.
It is. It's a very good movie. It feels less TV movie-esque than Muppets from Space. It's only like the ad cutaways that kind of feel that remind you that it's a TV movie.
And that's not its fault.
No. It's insanely stacked with cameos for a TV movie as well. Like, you got Whoopi Goldberg playing fucking God.
Yeah, which is great because she keeps making cameos after this.
Yeah.
And every time she pops that up now, I just say, oh, cool, that's God. She's just checking in.
You got David Arquette again. You've got Matthew Lillard, who plays a French guy.
And it's not racist. You can always make fun of the French.
Then you got Joan Cusack as the big bad woman. But yeah, no, it's a very fun sort of like Wonderful Life play on, or a play on It's a Wonderful Life, I should say, where Kermit has to come to grips with like what is it to be the Muppets and to do the Muppets thing.
Yeah. Like, why is he doing this really when it's not getting him anything? It's like, if the original movie like answered the question of what is Kermit's dream and why does he follow it, because well, that's just what he wants to do. It brings him joy. This one sort of asks the question of what if his dream doesn't really pan out the way like he wants it to, and it just sort of drains him. Why doesn't he just give up? And he does give up for a good 2/3 of this movie until it like the Wonderful Life stuff happens, which I do like that it just sort of comes at you as a surprise.
Yeah, I mean the whole setup's sort of similar to It's a Wonderful Life, where like, now I haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life in full, but I'm pretty sure it's like sort of similar where Jimmy Stewart's character is sort of like depressed and wants to end it all, and then, you know, gets to see what life is like without him there. So I think the setup of the movie is very similar, and then the execution is obviously like just A Wonderful Life. The actual execution is this.
But I feel like you could have the setup of this movie and not fully know It's a Wonderful Life until the moment where like God's like, okay, go fix them. Huh?
Yeah.
David Arquette is giving the performance of his life in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, he's doing more than he did in any of the Scream movies.
Yeah, and we like him in the Scream movies.
And we like him in the
funny thing.
I bet he's glad his character's
like
fucking dead at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a very, again, sincere. It's the classic Muppets thing of like, let's do the sincere thing, and you get to see what, you know, where the Muppets would be if Kermit hadn't wrangled them all up and 9/11 never happened.
Yeah, okay. If we're gonna keep bringing this up, we need context.
So there's just, it's a throwaway shot more than anything. It's just some B-roll that gets put in. But because this movie came out in
this film came out in 2002, by the way.
it means that there's enough stock footage of New York available that putting it in without really thinking about it means that you might just slip in a shot where the Twin Towers are still standing, which happens in this movie. So when Kermit is taken out of the equation, it kind of makes it seem like without him, 9/11 would have never happened.
Yeah. Completely by mistake, all the shots of New York in the normal timeline do not have the Twin Towers in them. But the one shot, I think it's in the background of Miss Piggy's apartment in the bad timeline, where she's a. Did they only just heavily imply she's a call girl?
She is a phone sex worker. She has phone sex with people. It's not heavily implied. That's literally just what it is.
That's just the text.
That's just the text. It's not subtext.
Do you think Jeff Keighley's on the other line in
the
bad timeline?
Oh god, I don't need to think about Jeff Bott, man. Not in this situation. It's where it all started.
But yeah, in the background of... Yeah, it is. That is where it started. But in the background of in that bad timeline, there's the Twin Towers.
Yep.
So by complete accident, the implication is somehow, somewhere along the line, Kermit was the reason.
And like I say, it's just stock stuff shoved behind the window. So yeah, it happens. it happened at that point in time.
What did God mean by this, though?
We need the Muppets. Oh wait, no, is that what they mean by that? I don't know.
Wait, no, that's backwards.
Yeah.
Life works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I can't even pull the Doctor Who thing of like some events are fixed in time because no.
Yeah, because this one very clearly isn't. Yeah, but like it is kind of funny, like all the different like things that do and don't happen because of Kermit. Like some things are understandable. Gonzo is just sort of performing by himself, just trying to like get by, even though no one's paying attention. Fozzie mugs people.
Yeah.
He just straight up robs people. Again, that's the second time in this recording session I brought up characters as robbing people.
Hey, the Muppets reflect all aspects of life.
I know, but like it's just kind of wild that like without Kermit's direct influence, Fozzie just fucking it just becomes a pickpocket. We've already mentioned Piggy becoming a call girl, and Scooter.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Scooter is in the other timeline?
He's not the one.
He's a dancer.
Yeah, that's right.
In the cage.
Yeah. That whole nightclub thing's weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's weird because like wasn't there another like movie around this time that like had a weird thing about nightclubs as well?
I don't know.
I don't know, I just remember like for some reason, oh, it's because there's a nightclub like scene for like the poppy fields and with the Wizard of Oz one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh.
So what was it about like the early 2000s and the Muppets where they were like, yeah, nightclubs?
Yeah. At least the one in It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas movie is less skeezy. Like it's still kind of weird, but it's not the same sort of weirdness that happens in Wizard of Oz, at least.
Yeah, true. But I mean, you've got Scooter dancing in like a cage and like that sort of gap, so I feel like that's pretty weird.
Hey man, I think if you just leave Scooter to his own devices, he's gonna explore his stuff.
How old is Scooter though?
Oh, Scooter's an adult. Like he's 20s.
Okay, cool.
He's not a kid.
I always got like I didn't think he was a kid, but I always got the impression he's like
on the younger side compared to the rest of the Muppets.
No, I think he's just a very sort of like boyish appearance, but I think he's
Okay.
like mid-20s or something. The Muppets don't really have ages unless they're explicitly kids,
I
so
know,
it's
but like just based
hard
on
to
vibes.
yeah.
I'm
He's
guessing most everyone is like 30s or like late 20s, whereas Scooter feels like he's like on the younger scale.
yeah, I think he is younger in comparison to the rest of the Muppets because I think if I remember correctly for the show, like the Muppet Show, um, when he's introduced, he's like a newer like production person for the show or something like that.
I think it's like stated he's like the nephew of the person who owns the building.
I think so, yeah. That eventually just gets dropped at some point though. It's sort of like Uncle Deadly's thing. He's like he haunts the theater as like a Phantom of Opera character in the show, and then
Oh.
he's just forgotten about for like 20 years before he turns back up in the Muppets, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so that's what happens to Scooter without Kermit, apparently.
Yeah.
And Rizzo goes on Fear Factor.
Yeah, with fucking what's his name?
Yeah, another bad
Oh
cameo.
god. Shit.
Was it Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, that's it. Fuck. And this was
Early
this was
2000s
pre
Joe Rogan jump
this was
scare.
pre him going that route, at least, you know. Like technically Jeffrey Tambor, Hulk Hogan, all them, Rob Schneider have always been pieces of shit. That we just didn't know about it,
Yeah, definitely.
or like Rob Schneider, some of it was just let slide for some reason, even though some of it was kind of public. But you know, Joe Rogan flipped. He just flipped. He used to be a liberal, as far as I'm aware, and then flipped to the other side.
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Maybe even before then. I don't know. I don't.
Some
follow
white men
Joe
just
Rogan
shouldn't have
stuff.
a podcast, you know. Just not everyone needs a microphone.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, he goes on Fear Factor with Joe Rogan. That's an insane timeline, I think, for Rizzo.
I think probably the problem implication is that Rizzo's dead.
Rizzo's dead, yeah. No, mine's is that he
They
becomes
killed
a
him.
right-wing grifter eventually.
Oh god, that is the worst timeline. I don't want to know. Fucking alt-right Sado Rizzo. This is what happens when he doesn't have an NB King Gonzo to save him.
But yeah. Who else is there after that?
Those are the ones I mainly remember.
He meets someone in the mall, and I can't remember. Was that like a throwaway?
I think that was Gonzo.
Was it Gonzo he met in the? Oh yeah, that's right.
Because he says to like Gonzo that like a really nice sort of like little like speech to him about like, you know, you've got to try even if like you fail and stuff, and like the implication is that even in like that little like pep talk, he's still done a little bit of good for Gonzo, because Kermit's it just exudes that aura.
Yeah, he's the natural born leader. He knows what to say when you're down.
Yeah, I mean, if you need him, he's your personal therapist.
Yeah.
Insert that gif of him just like nodding.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a
great
really
movie. Unexpectedly good.
Yeah, I went into it thinking, oh great, another Christmas one. I'm sure this being a TV movie is going to be terrible, but it's actually really fun. And then I had to watch Kermit Swamp Years right after, which is, you know,
I'm very happy I had that in between.
Yeah.
Oh no, I had that like as the first thing, and then I got to watch Very Muppet Christmas Movie, and then I got the crash out.
Oh god. So yeah, Kermit Swamp Years is okay. We kind of talked about it earlier. Like, it's fine. There's nothing too special about it. It's basically a Disney Channel original movie for for Kermit, as in the Muppets. None of the other ones to show up. You got Rolf, who's an actual dog.
It was produced.
It was made has a rock version of Rainbow Connection in the credits. That's like the most notable thing that it has going for it.
Yeah, that's the best part of the movie. The end.
Yep. I like the bloopers and the credits, and I'm so upset that none of the other movies have done that, where it's just all the fuck ups of like the actual Muppets or like the Muppeteering or whatever. I like that aspect, and I think it would have been cool to see that on other Muppet movies credits.
Yeah, we need to bring back just bloopers in the credits at all. It's sort of a lost sort of artifact of specifically this era of like the late 90s, early 2000s, where that was just happening, even in like animated movies, because like Pixar made that a thing for a little bit.
Yeah, because Monsters Inc. did that, didn't it?
Monsters Inc. Toy Story 2 is the one I always remember.
Yeah. I think there's another one.
They didn't need to do that, but they did.
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah, I got nothing else to say.
Years it happened.
Yeah, they're all nude. Every Muppet scene's a nude scene.
Canonically. we see full frog ass multiple times.
The specky one moons the guy.
Goggles.
If
I remember correctly.
That's it. Yeah, just fucking moons.
What a name.
The bad, but the not even bad frog. He becomes their friend. What a weird movie.
Yeah. The most notable thing I have in relation to this movie is that it played as a preview on my Stuart Little VHS.
Wow.
As a kid.
I had no idea of this movie's existence until I was creating the list for this.
It technically makes it the one I was most aware of its existence for like a good chunk of my childhood.
Wow.
That trailer is actually better than the movie, I think.
I feel like that's not hard to do, to be fair.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to have another crash out?
Oh, God, yeah. So we move on to the Muppets Wizard of Oz, which you think, another
adaptation. Wizard of Oz.
You think it's another adaptation, and the Wizard of Oz is like fucking prime material for a Muppets adaptation, because they're not actually hard to do. You just got to do it right, not fuck it up, and it works. It just works.
It's so easy. The characters are right there. You have the puppets, and the puppets are good.
That is the best.
So why did you?
That's the best thing about this movie is that the puppets look great. At least Kermit, Fozzie, and Gonzo's one specifically designed for this movie. It's clearly where most of the fucking budget went. Then you've got inexplicable decisions like let's shoot it in 4:3 in 2005. Yeah.
Yes.
And then let's grade it like Technicolor, but at this point
in digital,
but at this point we had also like well established the fact that we can never recapture the look of Technicolor. It's just not something we can do, because Technicolor has such a specific look that not even digital can recreate. So the movie looks fucking ass. It actually looks so washed out after that first scene in Oz. It's such a bad movie. It's so weirdly sexual as well. Like,
yeah,
it's just.
Do you want to talk about the wizard scenes, or like the wizard hologram scenes?
Yeah, so Jeffrey Tambor's back. He's the wizard.
Why'd he come back? Of all the people to bring back multiple times, why him?
Yeah. And then, we don't see him until the end, as is sort of the general thing with the Wizard of Oz adaptations. So he appears as weird green CGI things that are different for each person that goes in, and each one of them is their own kind of fucking horrible nightmare fuel. He turns into a giant sexy chicken at one point for Gonzo.
Yeah. With very ample.
Yes.
Cluckers.
with some ringing Taco Bells.
Some KF. Oh God, why? I didn't like that. I saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see that.
God, the fucking live action Scooby Doo movie has better CGI than this.
Is that an insult to the Holy Gospels?
No, it's a fucking insult to this movie.
Are you saying they have bad CG at all? They are the perfect movies.
I don't know if there's anything really in depth to say about this adaptation, because it feels like, oh wait, no, we gotta mention Quentin Tarantino just showing up too.
Oh fuck, that was this one, yeah.
He just shows up like partway through the movie and explains to Kermit this whole sequence that, like, clearly they just didn't have the budget to do some action sequence or whatever, and copped out instead of the fun, like, swashbuckle that they did between Tim Curry and Kermit and Treasure Island. Rather than do anything like that, they cheaped out and just had Quentin Tarantino freaking out in a room across from Kermit as he explained why a 90s sexy anime vampire woman is for the kids, which is just one of the sentences of all time.
Yeah.
He's also so sweaty.
He has a whole monologue.
He does. He humps that table at one point, too.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, man.
It's a scene that only gets worse as time goes on, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's such a bizarre movie. Queen Latifah's in it.
I was gonna say, that was when I knew that this wasn't gonna be great, when, like, she's relegated to cameo. She should have been the star.
Yeah.
No insult to the girl who plays Dorothy in this movie. I think she did a good job.
I almost said
It's just,
Aquafina, but that's not who it is.
No, absolutely not.
Ashanti, that's it.
Yeah. She's fine. Just, I would have killed for a full Queen Latifah Muppets movie.
Yeah. God. That movie almost killed me, I think.
I fully stopped paying attention or caring in the last third.
Oh, same. I think halfway through I was just like tuned out. I just didn't want to pay attention to it anymore. I didn't want to give it my energy.
I got to Piggy in a biker gang, and that one shot where they're all flying, and then I was like, okay, I have reached the height of this movie. It wasn't even that high, but I got there. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I do respect the choice to have Piggy play all of the witches.
Oh, same. That's a great choice. That was really fun. Immediately killing her off at the beginning is really fun, because obviously that's what happens at the beginning of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's so devoid of fun things that I'm like, yeah, that is actually really funny. I just wish it was in a better version of this.
This one needed to be a full theatrical release with an actual budget.
Yeah. And more creative decisions than just, hey, let's ape the original movie and do the things it did. Like, shooting in 4:3 is barely even a fucking creative decision to make for it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it either. Also, one of the main Muppets is Pepe, and like he was introduced in space, but I feel like or from space, but I need to get this out of the way. I don't care for Pepe.
I don't really care for Pepe either, to be honest. He's a very one-joke Muppet.
Yeah, he horny.
He horny.
That's the joke.
Yup.
That is the joke.
Yup.
That is always the joke.
He is not, Dorothy does not have an emotional support dog like she does in the original. She has an emotional support shrimp that gets turned into a Muppet. That is Pepe.
King Prawn.
Don't care. Who then immediately wants to fuck her. and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do not like that at all.
He's also friends with P. Diddy.
God, I fucking forgot about that. Jesus.
I can't forget. That's like 2 movies away,
Yeah.
but it is fast approaching.
Jesus. Anyway, shall we move on from
Can we go back to the good ones?
Yeah.
Please.
So then we hit the Muppets, which is actually a pretty big gap time wise.
Yeah.
Because the Muppets Wizard of Oz was 2005, which again, reminder, TV movie. So they haven't been in theater since 1999, and it's now 2011. Disney did not know.
And I have nostalgia for this one.
I
actually saw this in the cinema when it came out.
I'd never seen this before. I was aware of it, obviously, but I'd never seen it.
Yeah. I can actually fully confirm the whole thing at the start where like I wouldn't have appreciated these movies like as a kid as much as I do now, because it was a good movie when I was a kid. I did like it, but if you'd asked like 10-year-old me to give a ranking, they would have probably said something like, it was like I don't know, a 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it an 8 this time around.
Same.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And like the fact that I'm actually familiar with all these characters now, I understand the context of everything. It's great. It's a great time. It's only let down by the human characters who are sadly the main characters.
Yeah, there's too much focus on Jason Segel and Amy Adams, who are fine actors, perfectly respectable. I have nothing against either of them, because sometimes there's actors who you just don't like, and they turn up and stuff, and you're like, just your mere presence is ruining this for me. But
That's
Jason Segel's actually not one of them. Like, as far as comedy actors go, because comedy actors are so like subjective and hit or miss. I actually really like him. I think he's great in How I Met Your Mother. So I was okay with him being in this. I wish he was in it less, and that's nothing against him. It's just I don't care for his love story at all.
I wish that like the character he was playing wasn't so basic as they are in this movie, because like my thing with like the human characters is they feel so stock as like characters. Like I described it as like it feels like they originally wanted to just make a movie about the Muppets again, like just in the style of the original movie, but like an exec at Disney came in and was like, we need a human love story. It's just like our metrics just like need to have that in there for like some sort of market appeal or whatever, and whatever demographic they want to go for, fucking whatever capitalism bullshit.
We need something for the parents.
They just that's what the Muppets are for. The nostalgia of the Muppet Show, that's for the parents. So like it feels like that whole like part of the story was just like mandated by the execs, because the rest of the movie tries not to interact with it as much as possible. As I sort of discovered on my rewatch, I was like, you really could just cut out the human characters and none of the other parts of the story would change.
After they wrangle the Muppets again, like they could just not be in the movie and there's nothing lost.
Yeah, if you just find another way to get Walter in there, like maybe just have him like take a bus or whatever on like his own personal journey. Cut out the human characters, you'd probably get another half star from me.
Yeah. Because Walter's a great addition. Like, it's all I wasn't sure about him at first, but then like as the movie went on, I was like, oh no, like I think you're an interesting character. Would be a shame if you just got locked into the Muppet jail after this movie, never to be brought out again.
It would really, really suck if, like, right after this movie, he only made small appearances in the next 2 things, and then for a big sort of comeback special, he was just fucking nowhere to be seen at all.
One of the things,
suck.
one of the things we need to bring up is that this movie is very anti-Disney in its own way. Like, at this point, they've been owned
very subtly.
they've been owned by Disney for 7 years, and this is probably
yeah.
like the, until after these two movies came out, the like lowest point of the Muppets when it comes to stuff that they were doing. Like they weren't doing nearly anything with them. They didn't know what to do with them, and this movie's very much the Muppets, like, or the people involved with the Muppets production crew, the Jim Henson crew, you know, making a movie that's like, you guys fucking suck, and we hate being owned by you. You can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, like, fucking let us do something. We still got it, man.
Like,
let us show the world that.
It's so respectful of the Muppets legacy without being overly nostalgia baity, but also
Absolutely.
Also then using that as a way of going like, look.
Let us do something, for the love of God.
Your mouse is not the only anthropomorphic character that can exist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it feels like the whole telethon thing at the end is gonna be like a big sort of nostalgia, like, tour reintroducing of like the old show, but like the way it's done, it's very much please just let us do our thing. It doesn't have to be this. Just let us, like, just acknowledge we have relevancy, please.
Acknowledge that we are, culturally speaking, one of the more known frogs.
Yeah, exactly. Culturally speaking, of course. The more famous frog.
The more famous frog.
I mean, who's he standing up against? Crazy Frog? Fuck that guy.
That guy's got his dick out. No one wants to be associated with Crazy Frog now.
I forgot about that. Ew. But yeah, this movie's great.
Yes.
And like it's got decent musical numbers. Ironically enough, one of the musical numbers with Jason Segel and Sheldon Cooper's actor, whose name I've forgotten.
Jim Parsons.
Whatever, Sheldon.
Bazinga.
It's genuinely one of the better parts of the movie, and I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did, because I remember, it's one of the things I actually remembered from my first watch when the movie first came out. Like, that song is genuinely a good song, and it's like, it's been in my head since. There's something really funny about, like, Walter being surrounded by a bunch of mirrors going, "I'm a Muppet!" Like, very dramatically.
I was so taken aback when it was fucking Jim Parsons that stepped on screen in that scene. I was like, oh, I can never fucking escape Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I almost forgot he was in that movie as Human Walter, and if I had fully forgotten, like, when I watched it again, I would have laughed so hard. Because, I mean, it is kind of perfect. I hate that it's perfect, but it is.
Yeah. And I mean, they just sort of have him do the Jim Parsons thing of like, or the Sheldon Cooper thing of like not emoting at all, which is very funny because Walter's a very expressive character.
Yeah.
And then they just have his human form be the most unemotive person that exists for some reason.
Yeah. Best human character in the movie is actually Jack Black. I almost forgot.
Oh yeah, Jack Black is in this movie. That's right. He's sort of he's there for a few scenes, and it's very funny. I like seeing him interact with the Muppets. That's really funny.
Yeah. I love the choice they made that he does not want to be there.
Yes.
He's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
He's been forced against his will to appear in this movie. Because the thing is, I liked him. I can guarantee you, Jack Black fucking loved being in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, he definitely seems to me to like. He seems to me to be like someone like Seth Rogen, who's a big fan of the thing and would absolutely do anything to bring them back. But like, I just love the choice that his character despises being here.
Yeah, I also like it as an in-universe restraint on Jack Black being too Jack Black in a movie that would be distracted if he were to be to Jack Black, because I love Jack Black. But I think if he were unrestrained and being himself, or playing a character as Jack Black, I think he would be too Jack Black. Like the Minecraft movie, he's literally just Jack Black, you know?
He's just himself, yeah. He can call himself Steve and wear like the blue shirt, but he's just Jack Black being Jack Black.
Yeah.
And there is such a thing as too much Jack Black.
There is, and I think if he had been unrestrained as like a character who is willingly participating in this, I think it would have been too much for this movie. So I appreciate the restraint that he puts in.
I'm glad most of his insanity was instead channeled by Animal.
Yes, yeah. We already have the Jack Black Muppet. You know, it's Animal.
Yeah, exactly. That is basically just him.
Yeah.
Petition to change Steve in the Minecraft movie to Animal.
Yes. Oh my god, imagine the Muppet Minecraft movie.
That would have been like highest grossing movie of all time.
Kermit just goes up to a creeper.
I'd have actually seen it in theaters.
Kermit going up to a creeper. Are you like me? Boom.
And like it doesn't kill Kermit, he just gets covered in soot.
Yes, no, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, I guess not. Also, very brief cameo. I have to bring it up because I love Gravity Falls. Kristen Shaw, I think her name.
Yeah. What's her name? It's Kristen Shaw, isn't it?
I think it's Kristen.
Oh yeah, Zach Galifianakis is in this movie.
Shaw.
Yeah, Kristen Shaw. Yeah.
Yeah. Voice of Mabel. It's funny to just see her be so calm and then just punch someone in the face.
She's also. Oh yeah, who does she voice in Toy Story again?
She's the Triceratops in 3.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, she's in a ton of stuff. She's also in Bob's Burgers. She's in
one of the daughters, yeah.
Archer? Maybe not Archer. I might be misremembering.
I don't know enough about Archer.
But yeah, no. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
So, any other points of the movie?
I really want to find another point so we don't have to talk about Ricky fucking Gervais. But I can't think of any, so let's just go with it.
Yeah, so now we move on to, if it weren't for the Muppets Wizard of Oz, my least favourite of all of these. Muppets Most Wanted.
I'd still rank it higher than Swamp Years.
Now, I have to say, I also watched the extended version. So some of my intensity, I didn't realize that's the version that I had until I started watching it. But by that point, I wasn't going to find a theatrical version. I just wanted to fucking have it over and done with, because Ricky Gervais. So yeah, maybe
how much was added into the
half an hour
extended version.
Yeah, it's 2 hours if you watch the extended cut. Yeah, 2 hours of Ricky Gervais. That's probably where like my actual intense dislike of the movie really stems from, is that I had to watch more of it than I needed to.
You can't see it, dear listener. I am in physical pain at the idea of that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think the normal version comes out at, like, what, an hour and 40 minutes?
An hour and 40, yeah, at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 107.
If I had had another half an hour of this movie, yeah, it would have been 4 out of, like, 10.
Yeah, so it's, yeah, we got Ricky Gervais in the building, everyone being him, and, you know,
he just pops up as well. Like, there's no introduction.
Yeah.
He just inserts himself into this movie.
And, you know, if you like Ricky Gervais, I'm sure that's great for you. I'm sure you enjoyed this movie.
Cool.
A lot. However, I think most people at this point have sort of just flipped and just don't like him because he's a bit of a pretentious... I'm refraining from finishing the sentence.
Yeah, I know. I'm cutting you off. think the thing, not to like deep dive into his career, because I'm not a fucking expert. I've never watched any of his stand-up stuff or anything like that. My opinion of him is that it's like his bit, which is being a dick, can be kind of funny, like in small doses. But if that's his entire personality and just thing, and that's not even mentioning the fact that he just punches down on vulnerable groups because he's a prick, and that's his thing.
Yep.
And isn't that just cool? Isn't it just so cool and real, in quotes, that he's just an arsehole? Isn't that just great? Ugh.
He's also an atheist,
I don't like him. No, really? he is? I didn't know that. How could I have known that? What could have possibly led me to believe that?
If you can't tell, we really don't like Ricky Gervais whatsoever.
No, he's also just the face of that kind of comedian that's like, oh, I'm so cancelled because nobody can handle me because I'm too real. Meanwhile, you're taking money from fucking Saudi Arabia and you're on the biggest fucking streaming platform on earth, bitching about how fucking cancelled you are.
Yeah, you're cancelled. No, you have a fucking Netflix special, man. Come on.
If you're so silenced, why can't you shut up? Why do I still have to hear you? Okay, I got more angry at that than I wanted to.
It's unfortunately him and the guy from The Hobbit, Martin Freeman, who not the same caliber of person. I just do not like
it's
Martin.
Different styles of annoying.
I just don't like Martin Freeman as an actor. Ricky Gervais just hate with every fucking fiber of my being.
The thing is, I think as an actor, like Ricky Gervais, to give him credit, he's fine as an actor.
He's
like
perfectly okay.
Like he gives a good performance. And I wouldn't say like outstanding, but he gives like a decent performance in this movie. I just don't like him as a person, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And I just think his comedy is just, at best, weak, at worst, fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
But Martin Freeman, I've got no idea what he's like as a person, really, but as an actor, he just plays the exact same character over and over again. And it works for something like Bilbo Baggins, where that is just him. I know you've got different opinions, but like, it's close enough to me where like if he doesn't have to act, he at least is just enough like the character naturally to get it through.
Yeah, like I think he's fine in Sherlock. It's what that show deserves. However, I'm not.
That doesn't feel like a concession. That feels like an insult.
Hey, look, I don't mind the BBC adaptation of Sherlock. It's a hot mess, okay?
Look, I'm not judging you there.
However, in The Hobbit, I don't know. I can't see past the Martin Freeman to the Bilbo, you know?
We need to do like a whole podcast episode when we've got Melina, like to just like if not like all of Lord of the Rings, just on The Hobbit, because me and Melina have talked about how we have a love-hate relationship with that trilogy, whereas you just have a hate-hate relationship with that trilogy.
Look, I went to see Unexpected Journey and Desolation of Smaug in theaters, and it just made an enemy of me. Just 100%.
Hey, you're saying that to me. I saw all of them in theaters.
No, I went and seen the first two. The second one ended like that, and I just was done. I was like, I'm not seeing Battle of Five Armies. I'm not doing it.
Absolutely, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was me after seeing Desolation of Smaug.
I'm imagining you just in the cinema, the credits roll, and you do the Peter Griffin done.
Hey, I didn't even mind Unexpected Journey. It was Desolation of Smaug that did me in.
That's wild, because like Desolation of Smaug at least has Smaug in it.
At the end.
Yeah, but you know, for what's there in the movie, it's a good 10 minutes.
Sure,
Of a
but the
3-hour
the
film.
rest of it is just in a shitty town on the water with Stephen Fry and what's his face just doing random shit.
Yeah, I'm not defending Stephen Fry in that movie.
Even as like a 13-year-old watching that in the cinema, I was like, this sucks.
Anyway, back to
Muppets
Muppets Most Wanted. The best parts of the movie are everything in the Gulag. I don't think the writers got the memo that the USSR fell in 1991.
That's okay, we can forgive them.
You know, it's only been 20 years. Who are they to know?
You know,
It's recent events.
no one gave them a laptop in that time.
Word hadn't spread yet.
No.
Yeah, those scenes are really fun because you have Kermit. You actually have Kermit. And Danny Trejo,
he's there.
Ray Liotta, Tina Fey, who are all putting in just the best work.
I love that Danny Trejo's in this movie.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that he is in this movie. It's seeing Machete in a Muppets movie, and he's giving it his all. He's doing he's doing the Tim Curry thing where he is also trying to become a Muppet. And it does work. It does work. I would love to see him in every Muppet project that goes forward.
I'm so happy that Ray Liotta got to do like an actual character in the movie as well, and he wasn't just the throwaway because he was the security guard in Muppets from Space that like they used the happy stuff on, and that was cool. But like I like getting to see him actually as a bit of a character here in the 2011 movie. But yeah, that's the best stuff. The rest just sort of sucks though.
The idea was so cool.
Yeah.
The Muppets touring Europe. That's an instant win. You can't fuck that up. You can't fuck that up. Having Sam the Eagle pair up with an Interpol French agent. You can't fuck that up. It's so easy. Just have him be either Inspector Clouseau or just have him be Zenigata, but French.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
No, they cast...
Why is it not as gripping as it should be?
Because they cast Phil Dunphy as French Interpol man, from the guy from Modern Family. Who's fine. I don't mind him. It's just I feel like he's wildly miscast in that role. He's got the comedic chops. I just don't think for that specific character it does it work.
Yeah. And they make some like decent jokes as well. I don't mind like the Europe jokes they make.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say don't mind, some of them are a little weak, like the tiny car joke. I get it. To Americans they think we drive like fucking those toddler red cars.
Mm-hmm.
But like, no car is that small. Come on. That's a clown car.
Yeah. The badge joke's really funny.
That's great. I love that one.
The car joke I really didn't like, and then also the there's one where like after a certain time the inspector's just not working or whatever, and it's like really early. It's like 2 p.m.
Yeah, he gets to go home.
It's like 12 p.m. or something like that. And I'm like, those jokes specifically, like, feel like they're just kind of punching down in a way where I'm like, bro, without Europe, America just didn't happen. So,
yeah, I get the feeling that like because they're using Sam, like that is like half the joke that he's just over exaggerating. But like I do feel like it misses the mark a little bit tonally to just feel like, well, now you're not coming off as fun. You're just coming off as being dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I did kind of like the holiday joke they make at the end. We're like, okay, case is closed. I can go on my 2-month holiday paid.
Oh yeah.
That's a good joke. I like that joke.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's another one as well that I'm like missing. No, I feel like I'm just missing the fact they could have made more jokes that would have been genuinely funny. Like make fun of the amount of cafes, especially in France.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got so many.
Yeah.
You're already halfway there with the clocking out early one. Just make fun of the cafes. They're right there. Also, make fun of the fact that there's just no border guards in almost all of Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Have Sam freak the fuck out that there's no border patrol. I think it's because of the fact like they make fun of like Europe from an American POV. They never like make jokes at America's expense from a European POV.
Yeah. It's always very one-sided to the American towards the European side. It never gets flipped and reversed. There's never they never play with the rule of three in that regard, where it's, you know, one joke to Europe, one joke to Europe, and then boom, America joke, or sort of like a self owned by accident from Sam. It's always very much it's a dig at Europe essentially all the time.
Yeah, it's always sort of haha, Europe is weird.
Yeah, it's also tonally a different movie from everything else. Like, it never really interacts with the main plot until even at the end. Actually, it barely interacts.
Yeah, like it wants to be like a sort of tour through Europe thing, but it's also mainly a doppelganger heist movie.
Yeah,
and the two don't quite fit together as much as you think they would.
No, they really don't.
Do you want to talk about fake Kermit now and his voice, his cool voice, his great voice?
Look, you're setting me up here.
I am. You see that little wind on the back on your back there? I am turning it.
So a big part of this movie is that Kermit gets replaced by Constantine, who is the evil version of Kermit, essentially.
And I do like him as a character. I like Constantine.
I like Constantine as a character in this movie. He's absolutely fine. He has some funny gags. The way he talks is kind of funny. You know, he's the classic. He's the classic Russian, you know, bad guy.
Is it a stereotype?
However,
I mean, all the Gulag stuff.
Yeah. However, whenever he tries to sound like Kermit, that's just sort of what Kermit sounds like now, unfortunately, though, because that's Kermit's voice actor now.
And how do you feel about that?
Look, I fucking hate it, okay? I have no soft spot. I have no room in my heart for this version of Kermit, because he sucks, right? As Kermit, I have nothing against Matt Vogel as an actor. However, all three of the characters that he voices now are fucking awful. He cannot do any of the voices. He's not just Kermit, which is just such a detrimental role to cast if you're replacing the main voice actor. And I'm also doubly pissed off because of how the replacement came about. I think it would be one thing if it was just Steve Whitmire stepped down or died or anything else. But he was forced out and then replaced with just someone who doesn't sound like Kermit. And then he also voices Big Bird, and he just doesn't sound like Carl Spinney whatsoever. And then he's also the voice of the Count. Yes, the Count. And again, doesn't sound anything like the Count. Yeah, I just...
You don't like him.
I don't. No, I have nothing against the man. I just purely do not like his performances. I think he's fucking dire. I think he should be recast.
You're gonna sign a petition.
No, because I know those don't work, so I'm not doing that. I'm not being performative about it.
But if they did, you would.
I'm not gonna be. I'll be vocal about it. I won't be performative about it, though.
Fair. That's smart. Sorry, I had to set that up because you have infamously had strong words over this. Stronger than even
crashed out about this so many times. I'm not a hater. Like, yeah, I dislike Ricky Gervais, but that's like on a fundamental human level. I don't think he's a good man.
Yeah, like that's genuine. That's real. You've got like an actual reason. That isn't just
Yeah.
superficial, like in terms of actual real world stuff.
Yeah, and like I'll joke about Martin Freeman. I just have a disinterest in him as an actor, but I don't hate his work. I don't hate him. There's just something I can't get out the idea that like I'm just looking at Martin Freeman when he's on screen. But like this actually just sets me off. It genuinely fills me with
despise
rage.
this. Yes, we had something so good from Christmas Carol to this movie.
Yeah, like you wouldn't know.
And now it's gone.
That after Christmas Carol, it wasn't Jim Henson. Like if you didn't know he died, you wouldn't know that wasn't Jim Henson. Steve Whitmire does such a good job. He sounds almost identical. There's just some small inflections that are different. The singing voice is a little different, but you would barely know.
To the way I described it one time when we were sort of talking about this in a call like a few weeks ago, I think I described it as like Jim Henson's original like Kermit voice is a lot more, this isn't an insult, a bit more flat, a bit more neutral. He's a bit more, maybe grounded is the better word to describe it. He sounds very much like the Every Frog. Whereas like Steve's voice is a bit more lighter, a bit more higher pitched, still definitely Kermit, but like he's got a bit more of that inflection zone, like you said. But like, if you're not specifically listening out for it, you wouldn't think twice. But if you are looking for it, you can tell a difference. It's just the fact that difference is sort of complementary to the character, whereas, and I'm not as much of a hater as you on this, I can tolerate it. I have watched the special in full, and obviously Kermit's a big part of that, and it's fine. He's not as good. I'm not about to say he's as good.
Yeah,
but
like
for what he is, he's fine. I can tolerate it.
Yeah.
Don't get angry at me.
I'm not. I was only kidding.
Were you though?
I was, and then I went on a tangent, and I actually caught myself annoyed thinking about real world things.
Yeah. yeah. Living in 2026. Am I right? Yeah, I think he's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. I like him as the characters in this movie. It is just really fine for me to think about that Constantine 1 canonically.
Yeah. I'm just continually like baffled by the fact that like they were like, yeah, he'll do. Like you didn't audition or listen for anyone else. You just sort of like picked him and went, yeah. I guess that's symptomatic of just Disney in general when it comes to the Muppets, though.
Yeah. Gotta do what's just easiest.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Most Wanted. There's
anyway.
not like... There's not much to say about it, because it's not a great showcase.
I mean, much like Matt Vogel, it's fine. It's just sort of fine.
And much like in my opinion of Matt Vogel, it can rot in a ditch.
Yeah, fair. That's a fair take. I'm not going to judge you for that. I can't believe the twist at the end, though, was that
Ricky Gervais is a furry. That's insane. It's such an insane pull.
Yeah. If you've not seen this movie, go watch it just to learn what the fuck that means in context.
Oh, was he a lemur? What was it? Yeah, he was a lemur, right?
Yeah, he's a lemur. At the end of the movie, he's in a big, skin-tight lemur costume.
Ugh.
Have that in your mind.
I don't want it in my mind. No.
It's too late. It's in there. He's sitting in there.
Anyway.
And you think that'd be the end, but nope, we've got Haunted Mansion.
We got the first one in 7 years again at this point, and it was a fucking Disney Plus TV special made during COVID.
Filmed during lockdown, and you can fucking tell.
Everything's a green screen. Just so much of this is green screened. And it's crazy.
It doesn't look right.
No. the shooting's so weird because it has to be shot like a Muppets thing, which means angling and lighting for green screen is really difficult to do, and so everyone just comes across as not really being in the scene. They're not really part of that background. They are just there with a green screen behind them. And it's crazy because like fucking Disney own 3 different haunted mansions in different locations, and it's like you couldn't just use one of them.
No, because they were all closed. Do you remember what year it was?
The prime time to go, well, this is closed, so let's, you know, do a social distance, proper, you know, film shoot there.
Nah. Everybody else is out of the office. Everyone else is home. We're not paying expenses to get them there.
It just sort of reminds me of like the season of Arrested Development where they couldn't get everyone together, and so like stuff shot either like all of Henry Winkler's scenes are shot on a green screen. Some of them are shot in a way where just characters are talking to each other, but they're not on screen together because they weren't there for the same days. It's fine for what it is. It's just really hampered by the COVID stuff.
You know what it's gonna be the moment like you see Muppets Haunted Mansion on Disney Plus exclusive.
Yeah.
It's synergy. They had another Haunted Mansion movie coming out at around the same time. They gotta promote it somehow, and this was probably the best way to promote anything. Just do a Muppet special on it. It's just, you know, it sucks that that's all it could be.
Yeah, someone tripped over the box of the puppets in the prop department and was like, what's this? Oh, the Muppets. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh shit, it's Kermit the Frog.
Look, picks up Kermit.
What's...
Gonzo.
Hey, that's fair. That is very fair.
And
Pepe for some reason. Why is he the new Rizzo?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because they hadn't replaced the voice yet. I guess they didn't know what to do.
But I mean, I think he appears...
He's in it and he has like 2 lines. And whoever does the voice actually does really sound a lot like Steve Whitmire. And
for like the special, Rizzo has like a section where like he has a musical number and stuff. And like even though it's the singing voice, it sounded very accurate to me. So I imagine the same person is doing the voice today.
Yeah,
he's doing a good job. So why not? Why not here?
I don't know. There's probably metrics.
I think they cash in on all the nostalgia at this point on Gonzo and like Rizzo as a duo.
There's probably metrics that say that Pepe's the more popular Muppet.
I want to see these fucking metrics. Is this the same like fucking system that Marvel uses to say that their shitty current Amazing Spider-Man line is apparently selling well, even though it's fucking not? That's a completely left field tangent, I know, but goddamn, that's been brewing inside me for years. What are these fucking metrics? I want to see them. I want to find the person whose job it is to get these metrics, and I want them fucking fired.
I mean, this is like Netflix saying that every single one of their new original series is the most streamed series that they've ever made, and it's like, yeah,
when they're fucking liars. Are these also the same metrics that say, oh, we have to dumb down our scenes because all the kids are just too much on their phones?
Oh yeah, second screen experiences. Ugh.
If they're too dumb to follow the fucking story, then that's their fucking problem.
Yeah. Also, I hate to admit this, I don't know how many times I've played like video games, and like I've been playing a game where I don't need to be listening to whatever's going on. So I'm watching something on the side, I can follow along perfectly fucking fine with whatever I'm watching.
My thing is that like I'll sometimes try and do that, but if I know I'm not following along, you want to know what I do? I pause it, I finish what I'm doing, and then I'll save it for later when I'm fully engaged, because I want to experience it. Because if I don't want to experience it, why the fuck am I watching it? And like half of this is because I know someone exactly like that.
Oh.
Who I have a one of my sisters is notorious for like saying she's watched a movie, but she just goes on her phone the whole time.
Oh God.
There have been multiple times where she's told me she's watched a movie, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Like, what do you think? And she said, oh, I can't really remember because I was on my phone for a good chunk of it, and I just want to. I love her. She's great, but
Yeah, you haven't.
Whenever she talks film to me, it's like, why? Yeah, I haven't seen. You said I haven't seen.
No. I was saying your sister hasn't seen. Like she says that she's seen a movie, but she's spent most of her time on her phone. I'm like, she hasn't seen the movie then.
There have been so many times where I basically said that to her, where I was like, so you've not fucking seen it then? If you don't know what happened in the film, you've not seen it.
Yeah, like I sometimes, like, if I'm playing, like, I don't know, something on the Switch or the Steam Deck or whatever, and I'm lying in bed, I'll have like something like a movie on in the background, but in that instance I'm not actually paying attention. I'm paying attention to whatever's on the Steam Deck or whatever I'm playing. And then I don't log those on Letterboxd because I'm not actually paying attention. I'm not watching them. Like, I've watched Back to the Future so many times while doing that, and it's like, I'm not logging them because I've not actually paid attention.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I'm going to do that, it's usually going to be a film I've already seen, because I don't want my first experience with a film to be like that. And if for some god-awful reason, like, that is just something that's come on like a streaming service or whatever, it's just background noise, and like, I'm just doing something but not paying attention, I don't say I've seen that film. I'll just say to myself, okay, I gotta make up for this by actually watching it at some point.
I like, whenever I'm playing a game, like, say at my desk, and it's, I don't know, Dark Souls or something that doesn't need the like attention of, like, full attention, and I'm got something on my other monitor, it's like I'm rewatching something. I'm watching, like, I don't know, Lucky Star or Still Game or Chewing the Fat or some other comedy animated, like, series that isn't demanding of attention. It's not like I'm watching, like, shitty reality TV like Bar Rescue or Kitchen Nightmares or something. I'm not watching, like, fucking Stranger Things, although I probably could watch Stranger Things and still come away understanding the story.
It's the same experience.
Yeah, same experience. I'm not watching Citizen Kane on my other monitor.
Imagine watching Citizen Kane, but you're playing, like, Subway Surfers. What a complete juxtaposition.
If I did that, Orson Welles' ghost would come and actually just end my life.
Yeah, this whole, like, conversation of, like, you've not really watched that film then if you're doing that. This is my David Lynch fucking telephone moment. It's such a sadness when you think you've seen a film when you're on your fucking telephone. Get real.
Oh, I miss that man so much.
Yeah. With that said, I'm gonna make a point this year to actually watch David Lynch's stuff. I'm gonna make it this year.
You should.
You've done it at this point, and I feel like I'm left out.
Yeah, like, even Melina's seen all of them at this point, I think. Maybe not Dune. I don't think she's seen his Dune. I think that. And
I really doubt she's seen Dune, but she has seen, like, a good chunk at the very least.
Yeah, I think
they've talked about it a lot, dear listener, and I've just had to, like, not pay attention, and I feel bad doing that, so I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna really probably cry at Elephant Man.
Yeah, she really hates Lost Highway, and I don't get it. Don't get the hate.
Which one is basically Silent Hill 2
Lost
again?
Highway.
Well, fuck, we're gonna have words then, just based on that.
Anyway,
our final thoughts on Muppets, how I imagine, is watch it while on your phone.
Yeah, like, I think I did just actually start doing, like, something on my phone when I was watching it. Like, it's not overly demanding. There's some cool, fun moments, but it is very, like, it's long. Like, weirdly enough, like, it's 50 minutes, but it's too long. I feel like a solid 25 would have been fine to get the point across.
Absolutely. Like, it's really, at the end of the day, it's a promotional thing. So
Yeah.
it's weird that they've gone to like feature length, because I think the feature length is like 40 minutes at a minimum.
I think so. Yeah, I think the Academy is 40 minutes for feature length.
Hold on, I'm gonna verify that live.
I mean, those definitions do shift, because like Academy ratio used to be 1.66 to 1, if I remember correctly, which is sort of 4:3.
Yeah, it's like over 40 minutes.
Mhm.
It's like agreed by most academies and like stuff like that.
It's your average length of an American TV episode of some network show.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't mind it. It's like a 6 out of 10. And you know, Kermit's
Yeah, that's what I gave
sparingly
it.
enough.
And that's the end. I would have ended this with talking about the new special, but someone here hasn't seen it.
Hey, look, I've been busy.
Are you running away from Matt Vogel? You can admit it.
No, I genuinely have been busy. There's stuff going on with my grandparents'
I
house
know.
that we're dealing with, so yeah, I just haven't.
I
had
figured
time.
if you could, you would have got it to it by now.
So yeah, that's been another long ass episode about another.
Yeah. This was originally gonna be just about like everything we've watched, and it just became about the Muppets. Because we've done other stuff.
Yeah. Yep. We've played video games. We've watched.
We'll do a part 2.
Maybe. I mean, it's just gonna be us for a while, so you know.
Yeah.
Open season.
We've got slots to fill to be cynical about it.
Hopefully, in March, stuff should be in-person recordings, so there won't be the Discord quality of all of this.
Sorry again.
So yeah, thank you guys for listening. I have no idea what's coming. Oh no, it's Ranma next week, so yeah, you can look forward to us talking about the second season of Ranma. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.